Dozens of Israeli tanks are reportedly advancing into the southern part of the Gaza Strip near Khan Younis. South Gaza, once deemed a safe zone by the IDF, has come under fire from airstrikes in the past 2 days. More than 800 Palestinians have reportedly been killed since Friday. Those seeking shelter in Khan Younis saw what Israel called extensive aerial attacks. Residents say that they have nowhere else to go after already moving from the north and central areas of the Strip. The Israeli military chief, meantime, warns that the fighting in the refugee-crowded south will be no less powerful than in the north. The IDF says that it is continuing to target Hamas operatives and blames civilian casualties on the militants, accusing them of operating in residential neighborhoods.
يعني بص شوفي عنا تصور شوفي عنا ما لا في مقاومة ولا في حماس ولا في شيء يعني كلنا الستات في البيت ما في عنا يا إيش وين نروح شو نعمل في حياتنا تعبنا يعني لحد هنا بكفي.
Israel says that it hit more than 400 enemy targets over the weekend. It also claims that it has destroyed more than half of the 800 tunnel shafts found so far. And new evacuation orders have been announced, and Israeli troops and tanks advance. As they advance further into Gaza, the 3 arrows on the map here are pointing south, showing where people should go. Israel says that it's defining what it calls safe areas for Gaza civilians to minimize harm. But patchy internet access and unreliable electricity make it difficult to heed orders in real time. The renewed warfare followed the end of a 7-day pause in fighting between Israel and Hamas on Friday, along with the release of more than 100 Hamas hostages and 240 Palestinian prisoners. Hamas has since ruled out more releases until a permanent ceasefire is agreed. A second group of Thai hostages, meantime, who were released by Hamas, were brought home today. The first group of 17 Thai hostages returned last week. 9 remain in captivity. For more, Sarah Coates joins us. She's live for us in Tel Aviv. Sarah, Gazans are being told to flee even further south. There are right now mounting fears that they are going to be pushed towards the border with Egypt. Israel, assuming Israel continues to press on with its military advance here, what options do the Palestinians truly have? Where else can they go?
Hello there, Dawn. Well, look, the answer to that is not too many places. Residents on the ground say there is no safe place left in the Gaza Strip. And we've been hearing from these aid groups working down inside the Strip. They say there is absolute confusion, chaos on the ground, with these people continuing to be, as you said, pushed further and further south. Now, as we speak, it seems that phase 2 of this ground operation is well and truly underway. We've just heard from a senior Israeli commander speaking to Army radio, saying that all of the goals that the army had in the north of the Strip have now pretty much been achieved, and they're now moving deeper and further down into the south. Now, the IDF continues to drop these leaflets on places like Khan Younis, which is down in the south, telling these residents to leave their homes for their own safety and to push further south down to Rafah. But according to people on the ground, this area continues to be the target of Israeli airstrikes. Now, there are grave concerns for people down in these southern areas. Hospitals, they're overflowing. That's if they're even working. And also these UN shelters, they are crowded beyond capacity. We've been hearing from the UN's humanitarian agency saying that it is very concerned over the spread of illness, the spread of disease, saying that many people have been presenting with things like diarrhea and also respiratory illness simply due to the fact that it is so overcrowded. Now, Dawn, the Israeli military says that it is focusing its attention on Khan Younis, that is, as I said, down in the south of the Strip for the next few days, saying that it believes that this is where senior Hamas commanders are hiding, adding that over the last 24 hours, it has taken out around 200 Hamas targets in the Strip.
Sarah, meantime, a US delegation is expected to arrive in Israel later today. What can we expect from that meeting?
Well, look, they're expected to meet with senior Israeli officials, also the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in the West Bank, I should say. Now, they're expected to reaffirm the US's support for Israel to defend itself, but also saying that Israel cannot push these Palestinians outside of the Gaza Strip and also cannot redraw these borders. Now, they're also expected to talk about what a post-Hamas Gaza would look like and also address settler violence, which has really been on the rise since these October 7 attacks. We have heard from the Biden administration with regards to this over the last few days. It says that it will now ban visas for any of these settlers who are found to have been attacking Palestinians in the West Bank, with the US urging Israel to try and put a lid on hostilities in the West Bank, saying that if it doesn't, it could become the next front in this war. Dawn.
Sarah, thank you for that update. Sarah Coates there in Tel Aviv.